So I want to share with you some things that I think keep people from going vegan, even people that think that the idea of veganism is right and they really want to be vegan, but they think they just can't do it. Because I was never one of those people saying, oh, I hate vegans, veganism is just so wrong, I hate the food and we need meat, we've always eaten meat and all of that stuff. I was never like that because already many years ago I knew about all the animal cruelty behind animal products. So I was always the one saying, oh, vegans are great, I know they're doing the right thing, I really look up to them and I wish I could be vegan, but one of my arguments was that I could never have like the discipline to do it. But actually you don't need to have any discipline if you go vegan for ethical reasons, because there are some people going vegan for health reasons, which is not really vegan, it's more like eating a plant-based diet, but that's another story. I don't think that I have the discipline nowadays to change my diet just for my health or just for losing weight or something like that. I just wouldn't have the discipline. But actually with veganism I don't need any discipline, because once you understand what's going on behind your animal product, and once you've made a connection that animals are suffering for your food, then and it really makes you so sad and you can't even enjoy your animal products anymore, which was the case for me. There's just no discipline needed, because for me animal products aren't even food for me anymore. You could like place the most delicious looking and smelling cake in front of me. If I knew this wasn't vegan, there would be no problem for me to not eat it, because as I said, I don't need discipline for this. I just feel that it's so wrong, and there's just no discipline needed. If you want to go vegan, I really suggest you to make the ethical connection, to watch some documentaries on animal cruelty and to just inform yourself what's really going on, and then you won't really need any discipline. There may be even days when you cry after watching these things, but that's when you really feel like you can't go on eating animal products, and then it's really easy, because you just don't have to force yourself to be vegan. You just want to be vegan. You don't want to eat animal products anymore. You will not have this, oh, but that chocolate looks so good, I want to eat this, oh, but I can't because I'm vegan. You will not have this. And I mean, you can still eat all the things. You don't need, as I said, you don't need discipline. You can still eat everything. You can even be a junk food vegan. I mean, I don't say go and eat vegan junk food all day. I'm just saying that if you want to, you can have all the things. You can have ice cream, chocolate, burgers, pizza, everything. And so there's no discipline needed, really. That's just a misconception of people. They're always saying, oh, but isn't it so hard? You can't eat all these things. No, it's not hard. It's not hard at all. Another thing I always had in my mind is that veganism is so expensive. Let me tell you one thing. I went vegan when I was still studying, and I didn't really have any money. And once I went vegan, I even saved money, because I didn't spend as much money on food anymore. I was not buying meat or fish anymore. I mean, I wasn't really buying any meat when I was cooking for myself anyway. But if you buy meat, it's pretty expensive. I mean, even if you buy the cheapest meat, which I hope you're not, it's still expensive. And also fish and cheese. I mean, those things are expensive. I think the thing is why people think that being vegan is so expensive is because they think that you have to buy all those vegan processed products like vegan cheese or vegan meat or tofu products, but you don't have to do this. You can just buy vegetables, fruits, rice, pasta, potatoes, and especially like starches like rice, pasta, potatoes. That's all so cheap. Those are like the cheapest things you can buy. And so yes, being vegan is not expensive at all. If I could do it as a poor student, anyone can. I mean, especially when you're having a job and you're earning good money, yeah, then especially then it's not a problem at all. And sometimes it really makes me mad when people say, oh, I can't go vegan, I'd like to, but it's too expensive. But then they spend their money on like things they don't even need. Like, this doesn't make any sense at all. And as I said, if you're buying like natural products and not all these special vegan products which you absolutely don't need, then it's just so much cheaper, I think, than a normal diet. So yeah, this is not really an argument, but yeah, I thought the same. So this is why I'm sharing this with you, because I had many of these arguments that people bring up for not being vegan. They're just not true, and it's sad that some people, even like I myself, want to go vegan but think that these things are true, and this is what keeps them from going vegan. Another thing that I always had in my mind was that being vegan is too complicated and too time consuming, because you have to like cook special things and you need to make sure that you get all your nutrients you need. The thing is that you don't have to make anything special. You can make like the easiest, simplest meals. I never stand in the kitchen for hours or something like that. I just throw together what I have at home and then I'm good. Like, I just make some pasta with some vegetables on top, and that's it. There's not really a difference to cooking with animal products. It's just the same. You can use fancy recipes or you don't use all these recipes. You don't have to use special vegan cookbooks and stuff like that. It's not necessary. So yeah, and sometimes people say, oh, but when you have to make a cake, it's so complicated. But why would it be complicated to make a vegan cake? It's just the same like making regular cake. There's just no difference, believe me. It's not difficult to cook vegan at all. You don't need any special recipes or special things, and yeah, it's just so easy. A big problem for many people also is the thought of eating out in restaurants or in cafes and stuff like that, or if they're invited somewhere. But normally restaurants always have something vegan on the menu, especially nowadays. I think most restaurants have a special vegan option nowadays because they know that like veganism is growing and people are asking for this vegan option. I've already been eating out a lot of times since being vegan, and I was never going hungry. Because even if there's nothing vegan on the menu, you can just ask for it. Just ask. I mean, one time I was in a German restaurant and they only had dishes with meat or cheese. They had like nothing vegan. Even the salads were not vegan. So I just asked for plain salt potatoes and a salad without a dressing. I mean, of course, this is not the most special meal in the world, but it's vegan. If you truly are vegan for ethical reasons, it will not be a problem for you. You will be so happy if you like get some potatoes or some dry bread or something like that. But as I said, normally this is not even the case. I mean, often restaurants even make you something special if you ask for a vegan alternative, because they really feel like they want to keep their customers satisfied, and so they come up with something special. Often you get like a better meal than all the other people that came with you. And yeah, so eating out is absolutely not a problem, and you can also always use the internet to check where they have vegan food, or some apps. I can really suggest you the app Happy Cow if you don't know it yet. And you can always find something vegan somewhere. And if you're like on the go, you could just go into a supermarket and buy something vegan there. You will find something, I'm sure. And yeah, this is not really an argument for not going vegan or for making like exceptions from your vegan diet. Like I said, if you're vegan for ethical reasons, you don't want to make any exceptions anyway. You don't have to worry about eating out at all. It's really not that difficult. So one of the main reasons that kept me from going vegan for a long time was dealing with other people. Like, what if your friends and family won't respect your decision and will give you a hard time for being vegan? First of all, I think that it's really a personal decision, and you should not ever let anyone else be an influence in this. Like, if you decide that you don't want to consume animal products anymore, that's a personal choice, and you need to think about what's worth more, the opinion of some other people or your own belief, what you feel within you. I mean, I just couldn't have continued with eating animal products even if everyone had been against me going vegan, because I just couldn't do it anymore. And of course it was, or it still is, annoying sometimes if people say, what, you're vegan, but isn't that unhealthy, and what can you still eat, there's nothing to eat for you. And like, of course this is so annoying, and to deal with all the shit people say, like, oh, but I only drink milk that comes from Happy Cow. But what about humane slaughter? I only buy animal products from organic farms, and all of that crap. Like, I know it's hard, and yeah, but people will get used to your decision of going vegan. They will accept it after some time, and they will stop like asking all those questions. Of course, when you meet new people, you have to deal with all of that stuff again and again and again. There's nothing wrong with like making a vegan joke or something. I do it myself. Like, I make fun of myself sometimes as well. Just because I think you shouldn't take everything too seriously. I mean, if someone says like, oh, here's some grass for you, I mean, come on, it's not a big deal. I think it's kind of funny sometimes. But there's a difference between making like a vegan joke sometimes and just giving you shit for not eating animal products all the time, and or even like eating an extra amount of meat just because you're eating with someone. I think that sometimes we think too much about these things. I was thinking too much about these things. Once I went vegan and I told my parents and my friends, they were pretty much all just accepting it. Some people were even saying, oh wow, that's a great thing. I really think that veganism is a good thing to do. And I often was really surprised of how accepting some people were, and of how interested they also were. Like, I often get questions from people like, oh, that's so cool, what are you eating and how are you feeling? And yeah, I think the world is changing, and veganism gets accepted more and more, and it becomes more normal. So it's not really a big deal anymore if you're saying, oh, I'm a vegan now. I think it's not really that weird to people anymore. Because veganism nowadays is just everywhere. It's an advertisement, it's on the internet, it's in articles, it's just everywhere. And I know it can be also hard to, like, if someone offers you something to eat, like a cake, and it's really hard to say no sometimes, not because you really want to eat it, but you don't want to hurt the person's feelings. But you know, just tell them that it's not personal, that you think that the cake tastes good and that you believe that they are good at baking and they'd really like to eat something they made you, but you just don't want to eat animal products, and that's just a personal choice and that has nothing to do with them as a person. And I think most people will respect this, and if they don't, then that's not your problem. As I said, people will get used to you being vegan and they will hopefully respect your decision and will not make fun of you all the time or just act disrespectful in any other way. And if they don't, like, if they are bringing you down constantly for what you're doing, then maybe you should think about not being around those people anymore. I know it can be hard if those people belong to your family or they are your co-workers or you're still in school and you can't leave. I know it's hard then, but if possible, you should try to avoid those people, because you're doing the right thing if you're going vegan, and I don't think that anyone should get shit for doing a good thing like this. So in the end, I don't think you need to worry so much about your friends or family not respecting what you're doing, because in the end what matters is your own belief, and you have to feel good with what you're doing. And this is not about other people. This is about your belief, this is about the animals, this is about the environment, and this is also about your health. So yeah, you're just doing the right thing with going vegan. If you're already vegan, I'm happy. And if you're not vegan and you're thinking about it, then just go for it. Just go for it. Just do it. It's the best thing you can do in any aspect. It's the best thing for the animals, for our planet, for your health. I'm happy I got over all these fears that I had before going vegan that kept me from going vegan. And yeah, so I really hope this was helpful for you and this was giving you a little motivation if you're still hesitating to go vegan. And yeah, that's it. See you next time. Thanks for watching.